All right, round four of personal funny stories of events that happened in my life. This first story is called Poker Probability Theorem. This happened in 89, I believe. Maybe 88, I'm not sure. Probably 89, summer. I met these guys that worked at this restaurant, and they invited me over to play poker one night. And of course, we're playing poker. There's probably about, I would say six at the table. Some other people are watching. There's probably six of us at the table. And we're playing, and I'm drinking. Everybody's drinking. I was drinking a ton, though. We were playing this game. I forgot what it's called. But what the deal is with the cards is two cards are laid on the table, and depending on what you call ace as either high or low, you can either say bet, you can bet an amount on that card that will be thrown up next will fall in between the two. Let's say jack is thrown and then a 2. Of course, suit doesn't matter. We're going my face. And if you guess, okay, I bet $5. Of course, if $5 is in the pot, at least $5 has to be in the pot. Let's say the pot's like 50, but you say $5. You throw up a card. That card is a 6. You get $5. If you don't, let's say if a king is thrown between the jack and the 2, that means you've got to pay $5. Well, this was a crazy night. I was betting pot on probabilities of jack and 6, and I was winning. I did not think I even lost once. These guys are getting pissed. They're I don't know what they were thinking, but they were getting mad. And this one guy made an illustration of this guy. Once they were gonna do what they planned on doing, though, he's made the story up, but that's what they were gonna do to me. They were gonna drug me and knock me out, take off all my clothes, tie me to a tree in public somewhere, and put a sign on me. It says "Keep on the grass," and I thought that was so funny. It was so funny that keep on the grass. And but I had one guy vouch for me. Says he won that money fair. You cannot take it from him, and you will not do that. You will not do that to him. Had a guy stick up for me, so thank God. Yeah, that was a crazy. But yeah, what made me laugh and really is funny is the keep on the grass comment. All right, this next one is called "He's a Moron." Okay, same group of guys, at least the same restaurant. Anyway, not the guys so much, but the restaurant. I wound up getting a job with them, and I loved it. I've spoken about this place in another video. I think it was Stories 1. And anyway, but yeah, I love this place. Still love the owners. They just will never. I will never forget how kind they were to me. And they took me in really. Anyway. So I'm talking with the boss's son. The owners are a husband and wife, and their son, would come in, and of course, he would work as well. And he loved it. He loved doing that business, and I loved working for him. But we would talk a lot, and we'd just, we'd have conversations. And moron was brought up. It seemed like in the past couple of days we were talking. I'd always brought up moron. Just, like that, anyway. And this guy that they hired, he didn't talk. He just made a face, like when you talk to him. I don't know. I didn't know what his deal was. He did his job, but he wound up quitting. And the boss's son, he's like, man, I wonder what that guy's problem was. And I went to him and I said, just in a flat, unmoving tone, I go, he's a moron. and he laughed so hard. He laughed out loud. He thought that was so funny. And it was a very funny moment to me. All right, this story is called Martyr to Morsel. I worked at a mental health drop-in center, which was pretty much a place for those who had issues to come in, and just be around others that had the same kinds of problems. Mostly mental health, of course. And there'd be some people come in and, we'd talk and da-da-da-da. And we had this one guy come in. He was staying at the Salvation Army downtown temporarily. And of course, Salvation Army then, and I think they still do now, you can't stay there during the day. You have to go out and, I guess, find your way, whatever. But he would come. He was coming to this mental health drop-in center. And, well, what we would do would be me, the guy that was from the Salvation Army, and my shift supervisor, who I dearly love. We had the same kind of sense of humor. Just really, he was so just descriptive in insults, when he's not insults, but just talking about like politicians or whatnot, politics, all that kind of stuff. He would always he just had a way with words. It just rang to me. It still has. Long story short, we're all playing Trivial Pursuit. And, my shift supervisor, this is a child's game. Just being goofy, We're playing the Genus edition. Not Genius, Genus. Covered everything. Anyway, he pulls a card. He reads, he goes, kind of sarcastically, he goes, born in 1412, this person was canonized as a Roman Catholic saint and burned alive in 1431. And the guy that was coming from the Salvation Army goes, Joan of Arc. And shift supervisor says, that's correct. And I said, Joan of Arc. Also a brand of pork and beans. And they both lost it. They did. My shift supervisor was laughing so hard. I thought he was going to have a coronary, really. And it's funny because a long time ago when I was a kid, I swear I was at this grocery store and I saw a picture of Joan of Arc, and it was a kind of, some kind of vegetable. I think it was pork and beans. I swore I saw it, and I remembered it. For some weird reason, I remembered it, and I said it. And that was really funny. Yeah, that was a great time. All right, last story. This is my favorite in this series. It's called Denouncing Willy Wonka. At that restaurant that I worked at previously in my life, I had not started working there yet, but I met these guys again. This is after the poker deal. Anyway, it's a party. There's no drinking. There's no drinking, no pot, no nothing. I don't think. I don't remember. I don't remember seeing or smelling anything. But I was at this girl's house, and pretty much most of the people, I would say it's probably about 10 people. 7 of them were in the kitchen. And the way the house was laid out, you walked into the house, and there's the great room, and then the kitchen is connected, but there's no doors or anything. Anyway, you get the picture. Well, me and these 2 other guys are watching. They started a movie. I think it was on VHS. And they fired up the movie. And it was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The 1971 movie with Gene Wilder in it. Not the latest one with Johnny Depp. Obviously, it hadn't come out yet. Anyway, so we're watching. I'm like, okay, this is going to be dumb, I'll watch it, though. Okay. And these two guys, especially one of them, though, is just, he's making fun of it. And it was funny. It was really funny, some of the stuff he was saying. And, Olympus come on, and, I didn't say anything, really. But I was just laughing when they were, making fun of the movie. And then we're getting towards the end of the movie. And they start, they both of them start trailing off, and don't really say much. And then Charlie and his grandfather or uncle, whoever it is in the movie, go to collect their reward. And of course, the ending scene starts with Gene Wilder or Willy Wonka saying, "You lose. You don't win because you broke the contract, basically." And of course, Charlie's grandfather or uncle says, "You're an inhuman monster," and all this stuff. And we're all silent. The three of us haven't said anything yet. And I just thought, well, this is the end. I hadn't seen that movie, not in full. So Charlie puts the little, whatever it was, on the table where Willy Wonka was, writing or doing his thing. And of course, Willy Wonka says, "A kind deed done in a weary world." And of course, Gene Wilder or Willy Wonka gets up and says, "Oh, Charlie, you've won," And it seemed like it seemed like such a manipulative thing, But anyway, and then the guy that said the most just starts laying into it. He's just laying into the movie. Oh man! And I think at one point in time, they show this scene in Balloon, and I put my finger up like that, and I'm just going. And he's the jeering and mocking previously turned into insults and slander, and that guy was just he was at the same time going and giving the finger into the movie. He's just railing on it. And I laughed. That was so funny. Looking back, that was one of the best times I've had in my life. Yep.